Okay, here you are strafing around in CSGO. You're peeking towards Banana to see if anybody is there, but to your surprise, you see several opponents with P90s rushing towards you, screaming Suka Bliat. Yikes. So, to get out of the way, you quickly move your finger onto the A key to strafe left, and nothing. Instead of moving to the side, right now you are getting screamed at by your team because you're so stupid because you somehow managed to hit caps lock by accident. We've all made that mistake, pressing keys right next to the ones we actually intended to press, but is there a way to make this issue less prevalent? Well, after a long search for the web for a potential solution, someone in a keyboard server eventually got into contact with me, telling me about a company called Mechbox. They're based in the UK and they seem to make artisan keycaps, tools for modding keyboards such as switch openers and lube, and they sell some switch parts as well as test switches from other companies, so you don't have to buy a whole set of switches to see how it sounds. Even sell greeting cards. I laughed so hard when I saw that. It was so awesome. But as cool as all that is, I was there for one reason. These are the Mechbox Super Springs V2. Now, for this to make sense to most of you, here's how a switch for a keyboard is constructed. So I don't really have control of focus because I have this set up, but I'm going to try and explain it the best I can while showing you. So this whole thing right here, the lighter yellow piece and this translucent yellow piece, that's called the shell housing, and that's what holds everything inside. And this on top right here is called the stem, which is what holds on the keycap. Now, I'm just going to open this up real quick and show you what the inside looks like if it wants to open up. There we go. So here's the top part of the housing. Here's the stem. Here is the spring. So basically what the spring does is it makes it so after you actuate the switch, when you lift your finger, the switch goes back up. And down here, there's a little leaf where once it makes contact, I can't really show you because it's not focusing, because iPhones suck with macro lenses. It's once this makes contact after you press the switch down, it registers once it makes contact with the other metal leaf. And what that does is it sends that signal through these pins at the bottom and it goes into your keyboard. Now, back to the spring, okay? Usually in your average key switch, these will take around 35 to 50 grams of force to actuate a switch. But with this spring right here, it takes 670 grams of force to actuate a switch. This bottoms out at 750 grams. That's just insane. They also have a variety of different forces of springs, from Brad having 530 gram actuations to Chad, which I have in my hand right now. They're also working on a 1,000 gram variant Giga Chad, which you bet your ass I'm going to be looking at in the future if they do come out with a V2 version, because they have the V1 version, they just stopped making it so they could make these improved ones. I don't know if they improved, but for springs, so it'll probably be good. Anyways, that's enough talk. I'm going to teach you how to get these inside of your Switch and, fucking do a thing. I'm going to teach y'all how to do it. Alright, so before we do actually get to ripping this thing apart and, opening the switches and putting a whole new spring in it, I do have a couple of things that I want to tell you first. 1. Make sure that your keyboard is hot swappable and that it's mechanical. If you don't know this, just look at the bottom of your keyboard. There's always going to be a serial number on it. Mine's a Keychron V1. If you're not sure, just check that, look it up, and if it's not hot swappable, then buy a new keyboard. If you try ripping switches out of a keyboard that's not hot swappable, you could cause irreparable damage to the keyboard's board on the inside of it, and then you wouldn't be able to use the keyboard because it'd be broken, and nobody likes that. Also, the tools that I am using, you don't need to use them, but for the whole process, to make it easier, I do suggest buying them. and the links to these will be in the description. But what you will need is a keycap puller, a key switch puller, and a switch opener. Alright, well, switch opener. Woohoo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my caps lock key. So kind of just pull it out. There you go. And then this is the switch. These are Acco Cream Yellow V3 Pros, and they are pre-lubed from the factory, and I really love these switches. What you want to do is use these little hooks and get below the sides of it. Kind of gently yet firmly rip it out. It'll be harder with some boards, some switches, because some have 5 contacts and some have 3 or 2. Next thing you want to do, place it down so these latches are on top of these little pegs. And what you want to do is push down, get some force on it, and then let go, and then it should kind of just come apart. Want to gently lift the housing and the stem. Try doing it together, because sometimes you can put it on backwards. So I just keep it aligned to it right next to it, and pull this spring out. Now these are somewhat different lengths, but do not worry, it's not going to affect anything. You want to put this in, and then slide this back on top. You push it down, it's going to be a lot harder now, so you want to be careful so you don't have that shit flying around everywhere in your room. And now you have a modified keyboard switch, and Jesus Christ, this thing is pretty hard to press down. I was waiting till this video to even use it, so holy. Alright, then you just put this keycap back on, and wow. Yeah, you're not accidentally pressing caps lock anytime soon. I'm putting some oomph into it. It's noticeable, like, gentle. That's not working, that's not budging. You gotta press down. Wow, that is something else. Right, and this is the same process for every single key. It's not like it's different from a spacebar or anything, although you do want to be careful with a spacebar because sometimes you can have wire stabilizers. Mine doesn't have that, so basically with wire stabilizers, what it is I'll actually show you on this. Right here, this is a normal stabilizer right here. And instead of this, you know, to make sure the key doesn't wobble around, it'd be a wire going from end to end. And that'd be for a spacebar. So sometimes it'll be different with that, but most of the time they use normal stabilizers, so you shouldn't have to worry. And if you do want to purchase these for yourself, you can go on the link in the description. I will have it in there, trust me, I promise. Unlike most YouTubers who said they have links for everything in the description, I'll actually take the time to put it in. It's like one of my pet peeves when they never do that. I'm looking at you, Jay's 2 cents. You're the most guilty out of all of them. You'll be like, oh yeah, everything's in the Amazon link down below. My affiliate Amazon link. No, it's not. I click on that shit and there's nothing there. It just takes me to the normal Amazon page, man. Stop lying. I digress. If you want a link to the parts, that will be down below for each one of them. Don't worry, an actual link for the parts. And if you want to buy the springs, there will be an affiliate link down below. So each time you go through that and make a purchase, I will get a 8% commission. And if you use code RENZI on checkout with any Super Springs V2s, only the Super Spring V2s though, you will get 10% off of your purchase of Super Spring V2s. Okay, just let's make sure that we understand just the Super Spring V2. Also, I do have a Discord server, which I'm going to be pushing forwards a bit more because right now I'm going to try and link up a couple of different tech communities between me, Mars, and hopefully some other people in the future, so we can just get everybody together so we can have one big old tech community, and you know, everybody can talk, make friends, and learn more from each other, which would be awesome. And I do plan on doing giveaways one day in the future too, once I am able to do that. And yeah, that's basically join my Discord. But yeah, that marks the end of the video. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I love you all and